Hi, I'm Eric Westrich, and you're watching Startup Show San Diego, a startup TV show about startup companies. And we're at San Diego Startup Week at Startup HQ, which is Wework Cowork. And I'm here with Remy Meraz, founder and CEO of the Me Tyme Network. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, take us back. Tell us the story of why you saw that you had to create the Me Tyme Network.
Well, I grew up in a family that experienced some trauma and drama, and like a lot of people in the world do, right? And there was a lot of stigma around getting help for, some of that trauma and drama. And I had some family members that attempted to take their life, one that succeeded, and it was devastating. It's devastating to the family. It affects everybody. But for me, the pain of it was that there are professionals out there that people can talk to. There are resources out there, and that the pain was so great that they didn't feel they could. And a lot of that comes from cultural, aspects of it. But I think just in general, the stigma around mental health and emotional well-being and helping people manage emotional stressors. That people feel they can't go get help.
So what's the solution? What did you decide to do about it?
Well, I decided that I was going to build a self-help video on-demand platform. Think of it like a Netflix for emotional well-being, but with interactive capabilities.
So people would be able to find what they needed without the stigma, because you have to find the different things and do something about it.
Right. Everybody can use Me Tyme. It's the one thing that we don't necessarily always take, is time out for ourselves and nurture our well-being. We take time out for our bodies and our physical well-being. We go get training for job skills. But where do we go get training for emotional intelligence?
Well, where do we get training? Do we do it at home? Do we do it on our phones? Do we do it at work?
Well, most of it is taught to us from family, and how we grew up, how we were raised, and in our environments. And one of the things that I saw on the professional side in the workplace, I worked for large companies and small companies, that a lot of small to mid-sized companies do not have resources for development, personal development training, professional development, like the large companies do, and may not have wellness programs like large corporations do.
So you're saying that a large corporation is like a family, and that if it affects one person, it affects the whole family. If it affects a worker, it affects the workers that have to work with them, meet with them, maybe replace them when they're out sick, things like that.
Absolutely. It's productivity, it's the bottom line, it's sick days, people taking time off. We all have stress in our life, right? We bring our problems from home into the workplace, and we take our work stress home with us. So you can see how it has this ill effect on both sides of the fence.
So you decided to roll out this network that companies could use inexpensively to get people feeling good, so more productive, making a better workplace. What was your biggest challenge? Where do you spend most of your time making this happen?
Well, initially it was getting the experts to be a part of the network that we're featuring. So we feature experts from the psychotherapy and the self-improvement industry in this snackable, cognitively designed content. So we had to get them on board and be a part of it. So we did that. That took some time, and that's what we focused on last year. Then we had to build a base library of videos to demonstrate and test. So that's what we've been doing for the past year. And now we're ready to design our alpha version of our own platform and test that in the corporate environment with corporate clients.
So now that you're ready to test, or you've been testing, what's the number one thing someone has told you personally that made you feel like you got it right, that you're on track?
Well, we had one woman, her name is Amber, from Salt Lake City, a mother of 4, and she shared with us that these work meetings, the meetings she would have weekly, gave her a lot of anxiety. And she watches our videos before she goes into these meetings, and they've actually helped her stay present and calm down, remain calm throughout them, and not feel the anxiety anymore. Because the content and the way it was designed, she could recall the expert's advice while she's actually in the meeting, and it helped her.
So not hating meetings anymore, not dreading them, going to meetings.
Right.
Great. So where do you expect to be then in the next year? So when you look at now, what's ahead for the Me Tyme Network?
Eric, next year I want to be here and telling you that we have several hundred corporate clients on board and that we're integrated into their wellness programs, their employee assistance programs.
So if a small company without a lot of resources wants to have a program in place that's cost effective, how do they find out more about the Me Tyme Network?
Well, you can go to our website, metymnetwork.com, and that's time with a Y, or you can find me on social media, of course, or via email, Remy Meraz at metymnetwork.com.
Remy, thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching.